Well, luckily for us, I had the opportunity to sit down recently with one of the magic makers who basically brought Harry's world to life. This is head prop maker Pierre Bahana. Let's hear what he had to say. Pierre Bahana, thank you so much for joining us on Harry Potter, the official film podcast.
Oh, thank you very much for inviting me. It's such a pleasure. Such a pleasure.
So when you first joined Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, how much of the wizarding world was kind of already in formation? How much was just on the page? How much were you building from scratch?
My first introduction and sort of joining the project, and I was 30 years old. The whole phenomenon of Potter just sort of was starting, and the books and everything else, it was just starting to warm up. I hadn't read the books, so when I got asked, I thought I'd quickly able to run out, buy Philosopher's Stone, and quickly read it before I went for my job interview. And that's how it started, really, a sort of baptism of fire into introducing to the subject.
Because it was the first film, you were starting completely from scratch. What were the ideas that Chris Columbus was coming to you with? Did he sort of sketch them out? Was he asking you to come up with designs completely off your own back? How did that all work?
We were very much part of the art department and really underneath the sort of the umbrella of Stuart Craig and all of that part. And we really facilitated and worked for him initially, him and Stephanie McMillan. So what was lovely was it was very collaborative. You know, it wasn't like I said, right, I'm going to make Harry's wand. This is it. They're going to film it. No one has a choice. It's not at all. And we had an art director affiliated to us in the set decorating department that worked for Stephanie and for myself, and the three of us really, we worked with sometimes with concept designers to really start visualizing stuff, and everything was passed underneath Stuart's nose and appraisals. That's how it worked. It was never from one place. It was always about development, sampling, research, thought, discussion. Mm-hmm. So everything was very intense. You know, a wand could take 3-4 months to do if it so wished. Is
there a specific prop from the first film which you feel just sort of encapsulates the tone for the entire series?
The most iconic thing, of course, is wands. So going back to that, but that's, and funny enough, the thing I like about wands is that it's one of the few times you make a prop that is absolutely bespoke to the character that's using it. The thing I liked about that is that that's actually, it's not so much to do with magic, it's to do with taste, and we all have it. We all wear jewellery, we all wear clothes, we all sit in, hang pictures on the wall. We all make choices that are for pleasure and for comfort. And I always like the idea that wands are always that. When you see Lucius Malfoy, you meet him and you see he draw his wand and it's the top of a staff, and he snake head, and he didn't get that when he was 11 hole from Ollivander.
That's true.
He went back to him when he was a young buck of 18 saying, how do I get the girls? I said, could you change this wand to a staff with and of course, sir, this will be the bill, which is a very human attribute. I always love that about wands, and it emphasizes the characters that we see and help embolden them and help the performers be those people. And that was great fun to do.
I can't imagine how much fun. And especially now, I guess that gap between the wizarding world and the muggle world is so narrow when it comes to the wands, because we can go to an Ollivander's and choose our own. How satisfying do you find that as a prop designer, knowing that there are people all around the world who get to have that experience choosing props that you help design?
It's a massive ego boost. Obviously, all the other ones are made by muggles. We only made a proper one, wizard ones. But apart from that, it's I love making things. I've always had my team that I had around are all hewn from the same crumbly rock that is about the joy of making, which is a very human thing. And Trotter was probably one of the most greatest opportunity for people of our trade to really sort of delve and enjoy ourselves in that way.
I mean, it is such an absorbing world. And I think one particular aspect that I love is the world of Quidditch. And I guess because that is so vastly different from anything that we have. So tell us about the design of Quidditch generally, from the brooms to the quaffle to the snitch, which I think you've said before that you loved designing. So tell us about kind of your entry into that world, the kind of conversations you were having about what that needed to look like.
It was an incredibly difficult thing for the filmmakers to to really visualize and create in the filmic sense. It was great to see that develop. The other lovely thing I loved, especially with on Philosopher's Stone, is the fact that when you see it, it's the sport you're playing at school. It's the football, it's the rugby, it's the cricket, whatever. It honed so well to my experience of being at school at that time, where all the equipment's completely knackered. There's always and everything is well used and well worn. And there was a wonderful slight lack of safety of stuff, which is of course not a modern thing, and it's all that kind of characteristics into the components of the equipment for playing Quidditch. Oh, lovely worn out leather balls. The bludgers were frankly cannonballs. I mean, what good school sport wouldn't be without a cannonball? And the bludger bats were, and just being used for like 40 years of abuse.
Like with the story of the Golden Snitch, like there's kind of legend within the wizarding world about it being based on a bird called the Golden Snidget, etc. There is this whole lore around it. But how much of that impacted your work when it came to designing the Snitch?
Stuart had found a Greek illustration in a sculpture and seen this wonderful runing that had happened, and that really influenced the idea. So it's the wonderful, very simple ball with these raised, detailed lines that pertain to where the wings came out and how it performed. This lovely sort of balance of, is it magical? Is it clockwork? It's just a lovely pitch. I absolutely pulled rank on making it as well.
Did you?
It was like, yeah. It's you don't get much chance to do anything, but it was just like, well, no. I could sit at my desk with the phone rest on my chin while I whittled away at a little plastic ball, making it. It's funny when we go looking back on it now, and often I talk to colleagues and I still work with a lot of the people that we worked with then. But when I haven't met someone, we often when we're reminiscing like mad old men in the pub. That was a time that doesn't even really happen much now. It was amazing. It was a great joy to be able to spread your wings that much.
Yeah, and that comes through in like every frame, I think, of the series. Every film, you really feel the love that went into designing it, making it. Pierre, thank you so much for joining us. It's been eye-opening.
It's a great pleasure, and thank you.